If you've been looking to make money online, I'm talking 1 to 3,000 a month at least, and all you have is a phone, you can still make it. So I'm basically showing all the basics and all the steps you need to follow to actually hit at least 1 to 3,000 dollars a month from your phone. That's how I've done it. That's how I've collected payments like these, like these, like these. So since this is a mini course on how to make 1 to 3,000 a month online with nothing but a phone, skill options are limited. What do I mean by skill options? Basically, you have many services you can provide to businesses online, right? Maybe like ad management, copywriting, editing, and then yeah. And a lot of them are not gonna be able to be performed through a phone. Most of these skills, the high income skills, need at least some sort of a laptop. But in my opinion, the best skill you can offer to businesses on nothing but a phone is appointment setting. It's very easy to deliver the service through a phone. So what is appointment setting? Super simple. Some businesses have too many DMs for them. Either it's through maybe Facebook, Instagram, most of the time it's Instagram, and they have too many DMs for themselves to handle. So they just get someone like yourself to run the DMs for them. Either you book people on a call or close them in the DMs. But most likely you're going to be booking people on calls. And appointment setting is very easy to learn. You don't even need to learn much. Most of the time they're going to give you a script, and you can use AI for if someone asks you a tough question, it's not in the script. You can just ask AI, give it all the context, and it's going to give you a nice answer. Now, once you understand what appointment setting is and you can kind of actually deliver the service, how do you get a client paying you 1 to 3,000 US dollars every month? So for this, you're going to need Instagram and also try Upwork. I do recommend Upwork. So my main focus is actually going to be on Instagram for now. So once you have your account set up, you have a profile picture, you have maybe at least maybe 6 posts, maybe you have highlights of like your life, maybe in the gym, somewhere in a restaurant, somewhere with your friends. And yeah, you have your bio, you help these types of people book X amount of calls, etc. You start sending 10 to 20 DMs a day to people. I'm going to show you what type of people you have to send DMs to. You have to send 10 to 20 DMs to people who have a decent following and are already selling something. So a simple message like, hey name, I've been doing appointment setting for X amount of months now. I'll crash it for you and I'm happy to work on commission based. Also important follow-ups, man. Just because you send this guy an outreach message and he never replied doesn't mean, this is literally appointment setting. You're going to be following up. Like, you know what's crazy? Actually, I have a lot of friends, and myself included, who landed appointment setting clients simply because our follow-ups were nice. Like, we would send an interest, like, for example, we'd send 5-10 follow-ups, and we'd start sending, like, kind of funny, interesting follow-ups, and the guy would be like, haha, your follow-up game is on point, and then he gives us an appointment setting role. Like, we proved to him our work by actually sending him the message and following up with him. Because your job as an appointment setter is also following up. So following up is very important. So yeah, you send a message that's kind of like this, maybe spin it off a bit with ChatGPT, and then landing, yeah, an appointment setting role is genuinely not that hard since the business owner has nothing to lose or risk. Even if you're, for example, an editor or a copywriter, even if you don't charge anything up front, you still have, like, the business owner still takes some risk by hiring you. Let's say you're an editor, for example. You could still maybe do an edit that wasn't great, and then when he posts it, he actually loses or gets worse traction, worse views, worse comments. So you might make him lose. Or if you're a copywriter, maybe you manage his emails for free, maybe take a percentage, a rev share, and then your emails are literally worse than what he was sending. So there is still some risk, but in appointment setting, there is basically no risk, which is why landing a client is pretty easy. It genuinely takes you probably weeks if you're locked in and everything is decently correct. Now here is just some examples of prospects you should and can reach out to. For example, this guy Nick, makes money with TikTok, perfect. He's probably selling something. Also make sure he is selling something, because if he's not, it doesn't make any sense to reach out to him. Yeah, he has a decent amount of followers. Don't all go too crazy with people who have followers like 1 million or maybe hundreds of thousands. But yeah, this is a good guy you could definitely reach out to. Yeah, you can see his wins. He's probably marketing his mentorship or course or whatever. And you can come in these DMs and sell and get a percentage. For example, this guy he's a bit big now, so you definitely maybe not outreach him. He already has a setter, but this is also like a perfect client. He's a looks maxing guy. I'm sure some of you guys have seen him. I was actually in his school community and was on a call with this guy to work as his setter, and unfortunately one guy got the role. I don't know why he got the role, bro, but this was the first and last guy I've ever actually had a chance to work with as a setter, and I did not get the role. So it's kind of sad, but it happens. So yeah, you get the point. Start sending 10 to 20 DMs a day on Instagram. I would say also give the Instagram account a day or two to cool down. And then also try Upwork. My first appointment setting client was actually from Upwork. So yeah. But my best client was from Instagram, so you kind of see the point. Also, one thing about appointment setting, once you land a client, appointment setting is a stepping stone. It is not a skill. I wouldn't say it's a high income skill. You might see some people who say that they made 5 or 10,000 a month from appointment setting, which might be true, but it's not going to be consistently true. So maybe they just launched a new program, so they got so many new sales, and the appointment setter made 5 or 10,000. But for it to be consistent, you need to land an insane client, which is still very hard because appointment setting. I mean, AI is kind of almost replacing appointment setters. Setters not yet, but yeah, it's kind of coming. I started as a copywriter, became an appointment setter, but then the best thing about appointment setting is you learn so much about a business, how a business works. You see everything because I mean, you're an appointment setter basically on a marketing team, so it's amazing. Once you become an appointment setter, work for a couple months, you can use that as a testimonial. And also one thing, you can upsell your current clients. That's what I do. When I land, for example, I work with someone as a setter. I show him I'm a hard worker, everything. I'm like, yo bro, your VSL is not very optimized. I could maybe do it for free, and if it performs better than your current one, I would take a percentage of all the extra sales I generated, or whatever. You know, whatever service or skill you want to learn, then you can upsell people onto it. So yeah, as you're outreaching, you learn the skill. Yeah, again, it's a very easy skill, so you don't need to learn much. And when you land a client, if you do everything right, it shouldn't take more than 1 to 3 months to land a client. Congrats, you're making 1 to 3 thousand a month from home, online, and just from a phone. If you have any question, you can just DM me on Instagram or maybe comment on this video. I'm kind of like not even sure where to take this channel. Sometimes I post fitness content. I'm not a big fan of fitness content myself, but yeah, I sometimes post it, and yeah. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, this is very simple. If you want to learn appointment setting itself, I could maybe make a course, I guess, on appointment setting, although it's again very easy. Or maybe if you want a more in-depth, like Instagram outreach method, how I made like $50,000 profit myself for myself from just Instagram, like 40, 50K. If you do everything right, boom, you're making at least 1 to 3,000 a month from your phone.